how do you continue to push forward growing a social media presence when you don't feel safe just yet with the audience that you've created?
I just landed in another atmosphere. I'm just floating in the same still sphere. I beg to have questions.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my sacred space. My name is Lauren Victoria. I'm a mental health therapist and spiritual life coach, and I specialize in healing and wellness through the intersection of mental health and spirituality. In this video, I want to talk about a post that I saw in a group that I'm in for spiritual and magical Black women. If that group sounds of interest to you, I will put the link to the group in the description box below. So the question goes, how do you cleanse negative energy that you feel on social media besides deleting everyone and starting over completely new? That's a great idea, by the way. I've been feeling a heavy feeling of people watching me on social media, giving me the evil eye, especially since I've become a content creator and I had a reader confirm this. It's so noticeable to me, and I feel the energy hard because I'm an introvert and I only have 120 friends tops. I think she means on social media. I've started to come out of my shell and tap into my true essence, and I would like to have like-minded individuals on my timeline instead of watchers who are not engaging. I would greatly appreciate any tips or any new friends that want to connect. So first I want to talk about the situation Sis is experiencing because I think it's pretty relatable. I'm sure we have all been at some point of our lives being our magically authentic, quirky selves, only to feel like the people around are simply tolerating us, right? Or perhaps smiling in our face but talking mess behind our back. Those hunches or inklings that we get about the bad intentions of those around us are sometimes true. Sometimes it really is the energy of others that we are feeling. Sometimes it is our own paranoia. It is the echoes in our own psyche that we project onto other people. To determine the difference, keep watching this video because I'll explain it all. So in the Facebook post, the writer mentions feeling like she's receiving the evil eye. From an energetic perspective, the evil eye suggests that energy of negativity being sent toward a person can be enough to disrupt their own alignment and energetic flow. So on the receiving end, we may all share a common experience of going to a party and then seeing a group of girls maybe pointing or laughing at you in the corner. Doesn't that disrupt your energy, if not just for a second, right? That is the gist of the evil eye energy. So the overarching question would be, how do you continue to push forward growing a social media presence when you don't feel safe just yet with the audience that you've created? How do you prepare for potentially being seen by millions of eyes when you don't feel confident with the 120 that are there now? Well, there was a lot of great advice on that original post, but unfortunately, that post is deleted. So what I'm going to do is gather a few of those answers and put them in categories of ways that you can spiritually protect yourself when it comes to posting on social media. Now, to be honest, I'm going to start with very practical things like, yes, we love using our crystals, and sure, you can smudge or light incense or do all of these things, but they are less impactful if your intention and your mindset isn't right. So a lot of the advice that I'm going to give will fall onto your actions, mindset, and intentions. Number one, and most importantly, is staying grounded in reality. Social media is the matrix. I don't care. When you think about it, it is insane the access that we have to people and our ability to create our identity as a brand. It can be a very, very slippery slope of working on a social media identity and fragmenting that from who you really are. I mean, no offense, but look at the Kardashians, right? Those are two completely different people in person versus online. Even Ellen DeGeneres faced that reckoning a few years ago when people learned that her persona was not the same as her real identity. Now for me, like this micro atomic influencer right now, even I have struggled with balancing my time and energy between real life and social media. When you are selling products or services or just sharing your life and trying to learn algorithms and pushing your content across 4 different social media platforms, it can be very, very overwhelming. It can feel like quicksand and you don't even recognize that you're in too deep until you can't get out. Next thing you know, your mind is cluttered with information and you're only speaking in TikTok trending sounds. Not judging, I've been there. So again, for me, finding balance had to look like scheduling. So that's why now, even on my YouTube channel, I create videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's it. No more spontaneous posting or scrolling sessions that magically eat up 3 hours of my day. And even when it comes to scrolling, I try to give myself a time limit, or I only check on my friends, and that's it. Ultimately, you determine the best balance for you, but I do recommend making sure that you're not glued to your phone all the time. I feel like y'all aren't gonna like number 2, but oh well, right, here we are. Soul searching. I know that that's broad, I know it's open to interpretation. I'm talking about making sure that you aren't projecting your own insecurities, fears, and paranoia onto everybody else. And it takes putting on your big girl panties to be able to do that. It's much easier to say that people are hating on you and they don't know true talent than to say, wow, I could do better with my artistry, right? Most of us don't want to have to come to that conclusion, but if you step away from your ego and become the observer of yourself, you can ask yourself some really important questions. Is my content that good? Am I proud of the work that I do? If I saw this content, would I be attracted to it? So it could be the case that you just haven't found your niche and you therefore don't have the audience that you want. Or it could even be that you're not on the right platform for growth, or you're not using the right growth strategies. But really taking a mindful look at how you're portraying yourself on social media can answer some questions about that type of energy that you're feeling. Another useful method of soul searching is through exploring shame and shadow work. Shadow work is really, really powerful in helping us understand what parts of ourselves we tend to hide. So let's say, for example, I've been trying to become this major influencer and I'm having some hard times growing and just feeling a lot of negative energy. I feel like I'm not getting the same opportunities because I'm not as conventionally attractive or TikTok pretty. Many cases of successful influencers that come in all types of shapes, colors, sizes, and standards of conventional beauty will tell us that that is not the case. What's more likely is I'm projecting my own insecurities about my appearance onto the circumstance so that I have something to blame. That same shame or insecurity can also keep me from actually putting myself out there. If I felt more confident and comfortable in my body, perhaps I would post more, therefore giving me more opportunities to actually gain the audience that I want. So this type of soul searching is very important because otherwise you could be self-sabotaging and not even know it. So ask yourself, what are your insecurities? What prevents you from trying harder? What do you feel like your barriers are? And how can you face them? I actually have a video with some beginner shadow work journaling prompts. Click on that link if you want to try it out. Actually, one more thing when it comes to soul searching, perfectionism can be debilitating. It is one thing to recognize room for growth or improvement. It's another thing to never be satisfied. The illusion of perfection will keep you stuck and constantly feeling like you're not enough. And like we talked about, that feeling will eventually become something that we project onto others. Now, number 3, and I'll keep this one short because it's pretty similar to the first, but it's just the factor of asking yourself, do I need to be posting this, right? What is my intention for sharing this with others? Is this something extremely personal and sensitive to me? Can this falling into the wrong hands hurt me or the people involved? I've had my own existential crisis with privacy and social media starting in like 2019. It's still ongoing. And honestly, since that time, I have gone back and deleted so many things where I was just like, why did I tell people this. These days, we can all scroll on social media for 5 minutes before we find somebody on Instagram or TikTok live, literally having the sex, fighting demons, cussing out their baby daddy, airing their girlfriend's laundry. Like, people will share anything online now. So the process of identifying boundaries of what goes online and what does not can be very powerful for you, because it keeps you from being unnecessarily under the eye of potential scrutiny or malicious intentions. Finally, we're going to put the practicality aside and look at some of the more abstract energy clearing things that we can do. I have evil eye talismans all over my social media pages, and the evil eye talisman is known for protecting you from bad intent. So on Instagram, I have an evil eye as my profile picture. On TikTok, I have one in my bio. On YouTube, if you look down in the corner, I actually have it as my watermark. So these are ways that I amplify my intentions to protect me from negative energy. Another option you have is smoke cleansing. You can use sacred herbs like sage, palo santo, rosemary, yerba buena. These types of rituals and practices can be really powerful of just allowing you to release that energy, release that intention, and separate yourself from those feelings of fear. Honestly, this list could go on for days. I mean, meditation, take spiritual baths, do yoga, move your actual body to release the energy, create mantras and prayers, say affirmations. I mean, whatever works for you. But I can't stress enough how futile those efforts are if you aren't starting with the base of knowing yourself, your intentions, and your actions. So that is my truncated advice on protecting your energy when it comes to using social media. And if you have more advice or other tips, please share them in the comments. Like, let's build a community, y'all. You have advice worth giving. Like, you have some value that you contribute here, and I would love, love, love to share that with you. So otherwise, y'all, stay tuned. I drop videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Please subscribe. I am the highest priestess across all social media platforms, and I will see you guys in a later video.